Hello everyone, I am Archita Marge from Sverris College of Engineering, Pandharpur. Today we are going to see matrices and determinants. So here we are going to discuss about matrices, in that operation of matrices, definition of determinants, then types of matrices, etc. Let us see about these matrices. What are the uses of matrices? Where to use that matrix? So matrices are used in fields of statistics and economics, presenting real world data such as people's habits, traits, etc. Again, to calculate the GDP, so we have heard that word everywhere. Right now we are facing that GDP problem. Okay, so to calculate that GDP, we are using that matrices. So let us see first definition of matrices. Okay, so a system of numbers arranged in a rectangular format along rows and columns bounded by a bracket is called as a matrix. Okay, so here we are going to see that a matrix. For example, we have taken that A is equal to a set of numbers, that is containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here by using this set of numbers we can arrange these numbers in square bracket. Okay, so here A is equal to, we have first 1, 2, 3, and in second row we have 4, 5, 6. Now this matrix is having rows and columns. How many rows are there? There are 2 rows having elements 1, 2, 3, and second row having element 4, 5, 6. Similarly, there are 3 columns. Okay, so here first column containing 1, 4, second column containing 2, 5, and third column containing 3, 6. So here there are 2 rows and 3 columns. So this matrix is with order 2 by 3. Okay, so once again we are taking the same example in different manner. So let us take that A is equal to, in square bracket we are writing that elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now how many rows are there? There are 3 rows. Okay, and how many columns are there? There are 2 columns. So what is the dimension of this matrix? It will be 3 by 2. Okay, so each value in a matrix, either number or constant, is called as a element. Further, if we are taking that general example of that matrix like this, A is equal to, in square bracket we are writing A11, A12, and last element of that first row is A1n. Then second row A21, A22, so on A2n, and last row containing the elements AM1, AM2, and so on AMN. So here, now how many rows are there? Rows are m. How many columns are there? There are n columns. So what is the dimension of this matrix? M by n. Here it is also known as the order of that matrix. So here each entry in the matrix is called an element. Generally it is specified as Aij. So what is meant by I? Here I indicates the row number and J indicates the column number in which the element is present. So here we are taking one simple example with element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here in first row we have element 1, 2, 3. In second row we have element 4, 5, 6, and in third row we have element 7, 8, 9. There are 3 columns and 3 rows. So here we are taking this matrix with with the order 3 by 3. Now see the position of elements. This 1 is in first column and in first row. So here it will be at A1 position. Okay. Then 2 at A2 position, 3 at A3, and last row having C1, C2, C3. So here the general notation Aij, which implies A is present in ith row and jth column. After this, we are going to see the definition of determinant. So determinant, the arrangement of numbers in equal number of horizontal and vertical lines written between two vertical lines is called the determinant. Okay, so in that vertical lines there are horizontal arrangement which is called as row, vertical arrangement is called as column, then leading diagonal. What is the leading diagonal? The diagonal through left hand top corner to right hand bottom corner is called the leading diagonal. Now order of the determinant. The equal number of rows and columns are called the order of determinant. Okay. So here determinant we are denoting by delta or capital D, or here it is mod A. So it is exactly not a mod A. We are writing that A in 2 bars, in between 2 bars. So it is denoted for a determinant. Consider the system of equation. As we have taken the system of equations, a1x plus b1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2 is equal to 0. If we eliminate x between two equations, so we are getting the coefficients that are a1, a2, b1, b2. So first of all we are writing that a1, a2 and b1, b2 in determinant form. Okay, so here we are taking that a1, b1, a2, b2. First column, that is containing the elements a1, b1, a1, a2, and second column containing the elements b1, b2. So in first row we have element a1, b1, and in second row we have element a2, b2. So here whenever we are taking the determinant of this, that time we are taking cross multiplication of these elements. So a1 into b2 minus a2 into b1 is equal to 0. Here it is called as a determinant of that particular matrix. Okay, so here the a1 and b2 are known as principal diagonals. Then determinant of third order. An arrangement of 9 elements in 3 rows and 3 columns is called the determinant of third order. Okay, for example, if you are taking that delta that is the determinant with element a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, a3, b3 and c3. Okay, let us see here. Just we have shown here delta is equal to, in determinant form we are writing that. So here in first column the elements are a1, a2, a3, in second column b1, b2, b3, and in third column c1, c2 and c3. So here a1, b2, c3 are called as principal diagonal. And here how to get that determinant? By considering a1, b1 and c1 only first row. So here look at this a1 and neglecting the terms b1 and c1, and below the terms, or it is actually known as the elements below the a1, that is a2 and a3. So here a1 into minor of that A1, that is B2, C2, B3, C3 minus B1. Now next term is B1. Again we are eliminating the terms below that B1 and right hand side of B1 and left hand side of B1, means we are neglecting the terms A1 and C1. So here we are getting minor of that B1 with the element A2, C2, A3, C3 plus last element is C1. Now again we are neglecting the terms or deleting the terms, the elements before that C1. So A1, B1 here deleting and below that C1, C2, C3 deleting. So we are getting that minor of C1. So C1 into A2, B2, A3, B3. By using or by calculating this as A1 in bracket B2 into C3 minus B3 into C2 minus B1 in bracket A2 C3 minus A3 C2 plus C1 in bracket A2 B3 minus A3 B2. Okay, so which gives the determinant of any matrix. Just we are taking a simple example. Find determinant of A if A is equal to a matrix with element 1 0 6 7 2 5 3 4 6. Now here 1 2 6, these are the principal diagonal elements. 1 2 6, these are the principal diagonal elements. Okay, and here we are taking that determinant of A as by using only first row. So further we are going to see here calculating determinant of that particular matrix as, look at this, 1 into minor of 1, that is 2 5 4 6 minus 0 into minor of that term 7 5 3 6 plus 6 into minor of 6 7 2 3 4. So by using this 1 in bracket 2 into 6 minus 4 into 5 bracket closed minus second term is 0, and if we are taking any terms in the multiplication of 0, it will be 0. Next plus 6 in bracket 7 into 4 minus 3 into 2. So here we are getting the values 1 in bracket 12 minus 20 minus 0 plus 6 in bracket 28 minus 6. So after calculating this, we are getting a number 124, and 124, it is known as the determinant of the matrix A. Now what is the matrix and what is the determinant? As we know that there is the comparison between matrix and determinant as by using these points. First point for determinant, it has equal number of rows and columns. In case of matrix, it is not necessary to have equal number of rows and columns in a matrix. Okay. Then second point, it has a certain numerical value, means whenever we are calculating that determinant, that time we are getting a particular value, that is a certain numerical value. But in case of matrix, it does not have a certain numerical value. Then next, interchange of rows and columns does not change the determinant value. For matrix, interchanging rows and columns results into different matrix, entirely different matrix. Okay. Then fourth point, the determinant value result into 0 if two rows or two columns are equal or identical. And in case of matrix, matrix is a just arrangement of a numbers, hence it can have two rows or two columns equal or identical. Okay. The next, multiplication by a non-zero scalar say k to a determinant results into multiplication by k to any one row or any one column. and in case of matrix, multiplication by a non-zero scalar k results into multiplication by k or each elements in the matrix. So here by using these points we can compare determinant as well as matrix. Now after this we are going to see types of matrices. There are certain kinds of matrices. In that, first row matrix, square matrix, scalar matrix, column matrix, diagonal matrix, unit matrix, upper triangular matrix, lower triangular matrix, null matrix, or it is also known as zero matrix, symmetric matrix and skew symmetric matrix. Okay, so let us see one by one the definition of that types of matrices. First of all, we are taking row matrix. So a matrix which containing only one row and n number of columns is called a row matrix. So for example, if we are taking that a set of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if we are writing in row matrix, so it will be A is equal to, in square bracket we are writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is only one row. But how many columns are there? There are total 5 columns. So here there is only one row and 5 columns. Therefore, the dimension or the order of this matrix will be 1 by 5. And here the matrix A is a row matrix. Okay. Similarly, column matrix. A matrix containing m rows and only one column is called a column matrix. Okay. For example, again we are taking that same example. So here A is equal to, we are writing that all terms in only one column. So we are taking a square bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. How many rows are there? There are 5 rows. But there is only one column. So here a matrix A with order 5 by 1 and it is known as a column matrix. The square matrix, a matrix in which the number of rows equal to number of column is called a square matrix. If we are taking a simple example, a matrix A with element 1, 3, 7, 4. There are 2 rows as well as 2 columns. So here the order of this matrix will be 2 by 2 and 2 by 2 is a square matrix. Similarly, if we are taking another example, so here matrix B is equal to a square matrix with elements 1, 3, 2, 4, 6, 9, 5, 7, 8. Why we are calling it as square matrix? Because there are 3 rows and 3 columns. So it is known as square matrix. What is the order? 3 by 3. Then diagonal matrix. Before knowing the diagonal matrix, we have to know about principal diagonal. Okay. So what is the principal diagonal or what is the principal diagonal element? Okay. When we are saying that the matrix having principal diagonal elements. So look at this. It is an imaginary line drawn over a square matrix that passes through the elements that are located at position with row number equal to column number. Means here I is equal to j. Actual principal diagonal we are taking as the elements in this figure. Just to look at this, in this example we are clearly get the idea what is the principal diagonal. Suppose there is the matrix A with element 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 5, 8, 9. Now here 1, 6 and 9 are known as principal diagonal element. Means here A11, B22 and C33. These are the principal diagonal elements. Got it? Now after that, if we are going to see diagonal matrix, as we have idea about that principal diagonal elements. Okay, Now, what is the diagonal matrix? A square matrix containing only the principal diagonal elements with rest all elements being 0 is called a diagonal matrix. So here if you are taking that elements 1 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 3. As we have 1 2 3, these are the principal diagonals. Then except these principal diagonal elements, above the diagonal elements are 0 and below the diagonal elements are 0. Okay, so here A is known as the diagonal matrix. Then scalar matrix. A diagonal matrix containing all diagonal elements equal is called a scalar matrix. Okay, if you are taking a simple example, matrix A with element 2 0 0 2. So here A11 that is 2 and A22 that is also 2. So here 2 and 2, these are the principal diagonal elements, and this matrix is called as a scalar matrix. Okay, there are 2 rows and 2 columns, so order of this matrix will be 2 by 2. Similarly, if you are taking that 3 by 3 matrix with the elements 3 0 0 0 3 0 0 0 3. So here A11 which is equal to 3, in position of A22 there is element 3, and in position of A33 again there is the element 3. So here 3 3 3 are the principal diagonal elements. So here matrix B is also a scalar matrix. Then unit matrix. What is the unit matrix? A scalar matrix with all diagonal elements equal to limit value is called as a unit matrix. So this unit matrix is also known as a identity matrix. So here just look at this example has given A is equal to 1 0 0 1. What are the principal diagonal elements? 1 and 1. Means in A11 position there is only one element, that is 1, and in A22 position there is again element 1. So here it is a unit matrix. If you are taking the 3 by 3 matrix, again it will be 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Means A11 position it is equal to 1, in place of A22 again it is 1, and in place of A33 that will be 1. Okay, so here it is called as a unit matrix. Means it is also a scalar matrix. Identity matrix is always denoted by a capital I, and Rn, n shows the order of that matrix. Look at this I3. I3 means here the identity matrix with order 3. Means 3 rows are there and 3 columns are there. Similarly I4 that 4 indicates the order of that identity matrix. Means an unit matrix is a identity matrix. Then upper triangular matrix and lower triangular matrix. As we know that a square matrix in which all the elements below the principal diagonals are 0, it is called as upper triangular matrix, and in a square matrix all the elements above the principal diagonal are 0 is called an lower triangular matrix. Okay. Look at this. Here we have a simple example of lower triangular and upper triangle. Now null or zero matrix. Matrix containing all its entries equal to 0 is called null matrix or zero matrix. Means a matrix in which there are only 0 elements is known as a zero matrix. Look at this. matrix A with order 3 by 3, matrix B with order 2 by 3 and matrix C with order 3 by 1. All elements in matrix A as well as in matrix B and C are 0. So these given matrices are 0 matrix or null matrix. Further, we are going to see symmetric matrix. So what is the symmetric matrix? A square matrix in which Aij is equal to Aj I for all I and for all j is called a symmetrical matrix. So another way to define a symmetric matrix is that the matrix in which upper triangle is mirror image of lower triangle. In simple way, we can say upper triangular is mirror image of a lower triangle. Okay, so look at this. In this example, if we have matrix B with elements 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 3, 5, 6. So just look at the positions of 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5. As we know that 1, 4, 6, these are the principal diagonal, but above this principal diagonal and below this principal diagonal are same. So here we can say that this is the example of a symmetric matrix. Okay, so here Aij is equal to Aj I. One more example we are going to see here. Principal diagonal elements, upper triangular and lower triangular. Now in upper part, above the principal diagonal, there are elements 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. And similarly in the below of principal diagonal, that are 2, 3, 6, 4, 7, 9. So these are the mirror image. So here it is a symmetric matrix. The skew symmetric matrix. What is the skew symmetric matrix? A square matrix in which all the principal diagonal elements are 0 and Aij is equal to minus Aj is called as skew symmetric matrix. For example, A is equal to a matrix with element 0, 2, minus 3, minus 2, 0, 4, 3, minus 4, 0. What are the principal diagonal elements? That all are 0. Above the principal diagonal and below the principal diagonal, the elements are 2, minus 3, 4, minus 2, 3 and minus 4. Okay, so here as we have Aij is equal to minus Aj I in definition. So according to this definition, we have the elements A11 equal to A22 and A33 that are 0. Then A12 that is 2 and opposite of that A12 is A21 which is equal to minus 2. Similarly at the position of A13 that is minus 3 and A31 that is plus 3. A23 it is equal to 4 and A32 is equal to minus 4. That means Aij is equal to minus Aj I. Now after this we are going to see algebra of matrices. Means here we are going to see simple operations like addition, subtraction and multiplication of matrices. So let us see addition, how to add two matrices, matrix A and B. When to add two matrices if they have same order. Okay, so A and B, there are two matrices. Addition of A to B is the addition of element from A to B that are at same position. So there is the particular condition or a basic condition to add two matrices. So for matrix addition, a necessary condition is that matrices must be of same order. If they are of same order, then and then only they can add. So here A is equal to, we have 1, 2, 4, 5, and B is equal to, we have minus 1, 0, 2, minus 3. So here order of A is 2 by 2 and order of B is also 2 by 2. So here we are adding these two matrices A plus matrix B, which is equal to 1, 2, 4, 5 plus minus 1, 0, 2, minus 3. So how to add these two matrices? Look at this. 1 minus 1 means we are taking first row, first element. So 1 minus 1, then 2 plus 0, and in second row 4 plus 2 and 5 minus 3, which gives 0, 2, 6, 2. This is the addition of matrix. Okay, matrix A and matrix B. If we have a matrix A as 1, 2, minus 3, 5, 7, 3, and matrix B with element minus 5, 7, 8, minus 4, 2, 1. So how to add them? Look at this. What is the order? 3 by 2. B also with same order, 3 by 2. So here we are adding first row, then second row, and the element of third row. In first row we are getting that 1 minus 5 in place of first element, then in place of second element 2 plus 7. Then after that in second row, first element with minus 3 plus 8, and second element of second row 5 minus 4. Then in third row, first element is 7 plus 2 and second element is 3 plus 1. So which gives minus 4, 9, 5, 1, 9, 4. In general, we can add A11 plus B11. In generally, if you are taking that matrix A and B as A11, A12, A21, A22, B11, B2, B12, B21, B22. So adding these two matrices as A11 plus B11, A12 plus B12, A21 plus B21, A22 plus B22. Okay. You can take the number of examples and you can solve that examples like this only. Now subtraction of two matrices. Again we are taking that matrix A with order 2, matrix B with order 2. If matrix A is equal to 5, 6, 9, 7 and matrix B is with element 1, 2, 5, 4. Here also we are using same method as we have used in addition of two matrices. Okay, so 5 minus 1, 6 minus 2, 9 minus 5, 7 minus 4. So what it gives? 4, 4, 4, 3. Here also a basic condition we are using. The order of two matrices should be same. Then and then only we can add or we can subtract any two matrices. Okay. And if we are taking that the matrix A and matrix B with the order 2 by 3, again we are using that same method. First row 1 minus 0, 4 minus 1, 3 minus 2. Second row 0 minus 1, 5 minus 4, 2 minus 7. So it gives the elements 1, 3, 1, minus 1, 1, minus 5. Further, let us take this simple and general example. If A is equal to A11, A12, A21, A22 and B is equal to B11, B12, B21, B22. So how to subtract these two matrices A minus B, matrix A minus matrix B, which gives A11 minus B11, A12 minus B12, A21 minus B21, A22 minus B22. Then equality of matrices. So when we can say that two matrices are equal if order of A and order of B is same. Means a matrix A with order 2, a matrix B with order 2, then we can say that these two matrices may be equal. And what is the second condition? Aij is equal to Bij for all values of matrix A and matrix B. So here, if we are taking that matrix A with the element 1, 2, 4, 3 and matrix B with the element 1, 2, 4, 3, then and then only we can add these two matrices. So here order and element should be same. Then multiplication of matrices. If we have a matrix A with element A11, A12, A21, A22 and matrix B with the element B11, B12, B21 and B22. So here we are getting that. Let us see how to multiply any two matrices. Matrix A with element A11, A12, A21, A22 and matrix B with element B11, B12, B21, B22. So here while we are multiplying any two matrices, that time we have to take this first row as R1 and for this second row as R2. Now for matrix B, this first column as C1 and this second column as C2. Okay, so how to multiply these two matrices? R1, C1. First row, first column, first row, second column. Okay, then second row, first column, second row, second column. So here whenever we are multiplying any two matrices, that time we have to use this trick: R1 C1, R1 C2, R2 C1, R2 C2. Okay, so further, if you are taking the simple example, A with element AB, CD and B with element PQ are S. So A into B is equal to, look at this, AB, that is the first row, R1 C1. So A into P plus B into R, that gives a first element. Then A into Q plus B into S, that is R1 C2. Okay, similarly next second row, first column CP plus DR and next CQ plus DS. So here we can get the product of A and B. There are some examples related to this multiplication. So what are that? A having element 3, that is only a row matrix, or it is also known as a column matrix because there is only a single element. Similarly B having element 5. So A into B, it will be 3 into 5, which is 15. Means order of A is 1 and order of B is also 1. The next, A with element 1, 2 and B with element 4, 7. A is a row matrix, B is a column matrix. Then how to multiply? First element with first element, second element with second element. So 1 into 4 plus 2 into 7, which gives 18. Then if we have 2 by 2 matrix like A and B, so A into B will be R1 C1, R1 C2, R2 C1, R2 C2. By using this trick, we will get the multiplication of any two matrices. Just we are taking that matrix A with order 3 by 3 and matrix B, that is the identity matrix with order 3 by 3. So A into B, again R1 C1, R1 C2, R1 C3, R2 C1, R2 C2, R2 C3, R3 C1, R3 C2, R3 C3. So by using this trick we can multiply matrix A and matrix B with order 3 by 3. Now we are going to see some examples based on subtraction and addition of matrices. Let us see that. There is a simple example. If x is equal to 1, 2, minus 3, 4 and y is equal to 4, 5, 1, minus 3. And we have to find 3x plus y. Okay. So here we are going to add these two matrices. And what is given here? 3x. So we have to multiply by 3 to that given matrix x, which have elements 3, 1, 2, minus 3, 4. Okay. So 3 into x, which gives 3, 6, minus 9, 12, plus y we are keeping as it is, and after that we are adding these two matrices. First element is 3 of matrix 3x, that is multiplied by 3. So 3 plus 4, 6 plus 5. So here we are getting that the final answer 7, 11, minus 8, 9. So here we are getting that a new matrix, means here 3x plus y is equal to 7, 11, minus 8, 9. If A is equal to 5, 3, minus 1, 1 and B is equal to 2, minus 1, 3, 2. And here we are going to find out 2A minus 3B. So what is the order of A? Order of A is 2 by 2. Order of B is also 2 by 2. Now A is equal to, we have 5, 3, minus 1, 1 and B is equal to, we have 2, minus 1, 3, 2. So we are taking 2A minus 3B, means multiply that matrix A with 2 and multiply that matrix B with 3. So we are getting that 2A minus 3B, which is equal to 4, 9, minus 11, minus 4. How we have took this? By multiplying these 2 with matrix A, multiplying by 3 with matrix B. So here 10 minus 6, 6 minus minus becomes plus 3, that is 9. Then minus 2 minus 9, 2 minus 6. So it is minus 11 minus 4. Next one example, we are going to see that matrix A with element 3, 2, 1, minus 1, 0, 4 and matrix B with element minus 1, minus 1, 3, 2, 4, 2. And we have to verify here A plus B is equal to B plus A. And we are going to check this as A plus B. First we are adding these two terms, A plus B, matrix A plus matrix B, by using a simple method. It gives 2, 1, 4, 1, 4, 6. Similarly, B plus A. B plus A is equal to minus 1, minus 1, 3, 2, 4, 2 plus 3, 2, 1, 1. That is 1 minus 1, 0, 4. So it gives again 2, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 4, 6. So here we can easily say A plus B is equal to B plus A. Then going for the next example, A is equal to 1, 2, minus 1, 2, minus 1, 3, 4, 1, 2 and B is equal to minus 3, 4, 1, 2, minus 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. So then find 3A minus 2B. So 3A minus 2B. What is the requirement? We are going to multiply this matrix A by 3 and matrix B with 2. So finally if we are multiplying 3 to A and 2 to B, we are getting that matrix 3, 6, minus 3, 6, minus 3, 9, 12, 3, 6, minus 6, 8, 2, 4, minus 2, 6, 2, 4, 6. Okay. So what we are getting the answer? We are getting the answer with the element, means that is the new matrix 9, minus 2, minus 5, 2, minus 1, 3, 10, minus 1, 0. Then we are taking that multiplication of matrices. If A is equal to 3, 9, minus 1, minus 3, then show that A square is a null matrix. What to show here? The multiplication of matrix A and matrix A will be 0 matrix. Okay. So here A into A, by using the simple funda R1C1, R1C2, R2C1, R2C1, R2C2. So by using this, we can easily multiply any two matrices. So here 3 into 3, 9, 9 minus 9, 0, then 9 into 3, 27, 9 into minus 3, minus 27, then minus 1 to 3, that is minus 3, then minus 3 into minus 1, it gives plus 3, then minus 3 into minus 3 plus 9, minus 1 into 9, minus 9, so it gives 0. So here we are getting A square is equal to null matrix. Similarly, we are going to see next one example. If A is equal to 4, 2, 8, 4 and B is equal to 2, 6, minus 4, minus 12, and we are going to show that AB is a null matrix. So just look at this. What we have? A is equal to 4, 2, 8, 4 and B is equal to 2, 6, minus 4, minus 12. So R1C1, R1C2, R2C1, R2C2. By using this trick or this method, we are getting the elements in new matrix. It will be 0. So here A into B is a null matrix. The next example, if A is equal to 2, 5, 1, 3, B is equal to 3, minus 5, minus 1, 2. Then show that AB is equal to BA is equal to identity matrix. So here, as we know that matrix A with order 2 by 2, matrix B with order 2 by 2. So it will be 2 by 2 matrix. Whenever we are getting that matrix I, again the order of that term will be 2 by 2. So A into B, R1C1, R1C2, R2C1, R2C2. So by using that 6 minus 5, minus 10 plus 10, 3 plus in bracket minus 3, minus 5 plus 6. So here 6 minus 5, that is 1, minus 10 plus 10, it is 0, 3 minus 3, it is 0, minus 5 plus 6, it is 1. So here the multiplication of two matrices, that is A into B is equal to, we are getting that identity matrix with order 2 by 2. Similarly, if we are taking that B into A, so B into A will be 3 minus 5, minus 1, 2, 2, 5, 1, 3. Again R1C1, R1C2, R2C1, R2C2. So once again we are getting that identity matrix with order 2, that is 1, 0, 0, 1. Hence by using this we can say that AB is equal to B into A is equal to identity matrix I. Then transpose of matrix. What is meant by transpose of matrix? If we have matrix A, then how to get the transpose of matrix A, and which is denoted by A raised to T, means we are writing A raised to T for transpose of matrix. Therefore here if we have a matrix A with element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now how to get the transpose of matrix A? So here whenever we are interchanging the row into column, that time it will be transpose of that matrix. So here 1, 2, 3, that is the first row, 4, 5, 6, that is the second row, and 7, 8, 9, it is the third row of that matrix. Now if we are interchanging that row into column, so it becomes the transpose of that matrix. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3, it will become a first row, column, 4, 5, 6, this second row as a second column, 7, 8, 9, this third row as a third column. So it gives a transpose of matrix. Means the interchange of rows and columns is called a transpose of matrix. That means first row become first column after taking the transpose of matrix. Hence we can say that Aij becomes Aji for all I and j. Then orthogonal matrix, if A into A transpose, if A into A transpose is equal to I, where I is the identity matrix, then it is called as a orthogonal matrix. After this, we are going to see one simple example of orthogonal matrix. Show that the matrix A is equal to cos alpha, sin alpha, minus sin alpha, cos alpha. These are the elements of that matrices. Okay, that matrix A, which is an orthogonal matrix. Means here we have to show that this given matrix is a orthogonal matrix. What is the basic condition of that orthogonal matrix? If A into A transpose is equal to identity matrix, and that time we can say that the given matrix is a orthogonal matrix. So look at this. A is equal to a cos alpha, sin alpha, minus sin alpha, cos alpha. Okay, and its transpose will be, this first row becomes first column, this second row becomes second column. Cos alpha, sin alpha, minus sin alpha, cos alpha. Okay, if we are taking that multiplication of these two matrices, A into A dash, cos alpha, sin alpha, R1 C1, R1 C1, cos alpha into cos alpha, that is cos square alpha, then plus sin alpha into sin alpha, sin square alpha. It gives cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. As we know that trigonometric function cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. Therefore here we are getting that 1. Then R1 C2, cos alpha into minus sin alpha plus sin alpha into cos alpha. So one term is positive, one term is negative, it gives 0. Similarly, R2 into C1, minus sin alpha into cos alpha plus cos alpha into sin alpha. Okay, so again there is a one term is positive, one term will be negative, so it gives 0. The next term R2 into C2. So what we are getting, minus sin alpha into minus sin alpha, sin square alpha, plus cos alpha into cos alpha, cos square alpha. So sin square alpha plus cos square alpha, it gives 1. Therefore A into A transpose is equal to, we are getting that identity matrix. Therefore the matrix A is a orthogonal matrix. Then what is the singular matrix? Okay, a square matrix is said to be singular matrix if its determinant value is 0. Okay, and whenever that singular matrix is there, it is also called as invertible matrix. What is the invertible matrix? Whenever determinant value of that particular matrix will be 0, that time it is known as a invertible matrix. Okay, and if it is non-zero, means that determinant of that matrix is non-zero, that is called as non-singular matrix or non-invertible matrix. Okay, so let us see that determinant of A is equal to 0. It is a singular matrix. So here we are taking a simple example. A is equal to 1, 3, 2, 6. So determinant of A is equal to 6 into 1, that is 6, minus 2 into 3, that is 6. So 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, so determinant of A is equal to 0. Therefore matrix A is a singular matrix. Here it is invertible matrix. Okay, if two rows or two columns in a determinant are identical, then the value of determinant is 0. Hence, the same is applicable to matrices. That is, if two rows or two columns in matrix are identical, then the matrix is singular. Got it? Similarly, we are going to see non-singular matrix. Earlier just I have said, if determinant of matrix is not equal to 0, then it is a non-singular, and it is also known as a non-invertible. Okay, so let us look at that. For example, we are getting the matrix A with element 1, 4, 6, 9 is a non-singular matrix. So A is equal to 1, 4, 6, 9. If you are taking that determinant of this, 9 minus 6 into 4, 24. 9 minus 24, it is equal to minus 15. There is the negative value and which is not equal to 0. Therefore, the matrix A is a non-singular matrix. Okay. Then after this, there is a important point of this chapter, that is inverse of matrix. Okay. How to see or how to find out the inverse of matrix. Okay. So here a square matrix of order n is invertible if there exists a square matrix B of the same order such that AB is equal to IN is equal to BA. And in this case, B is called the inverse of A and is denoted by A inverse. So here A inverse is equal to adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. Okay. So what is the adjoint of A? How to calculate that adjoint of A? This is the basic to find out A inverse. Means here first of all we are going to find out adjoint of A, and then after we can find out A inverse by using adjoint of A. So just we are taking that some properties of that inverse of matrix. First property, A inverse exists only when A is non-singular. Means determinant of A is not equal to 0, then only A inverse exists. Then next, the inverse of matrix is unique. Okay, the inverse of a matrix is unique. Then there is a reverse law. If A and B are invertible matrices of the same order, then AB inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse. Now we are going to see that adjoint of A. A inverse is equal to, as we know that, 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. Okay. So first we have to find out adjoint of A. How to find this adjoint of A? Just we are going to see here. Taking this example, a matrix A with element 1, 2, 6, 2, 2, 5, 8, 2, 10. So determinant of A, we are going to find out that determinant of A. Okay. And before that, we are going to see cofactors of elements. How to get that cofactors? Look at this. Here I have given that simple procedure to find out cofactors of A11. Okay. So here A11, position of that element. A11 is equal to 1, 1, 1. Here this 1, 1 shows rows and columns. 1 in place of first row and first column. Okay. If you are taking that is 2. 2 is in place of first row and second column. Got it? So here we are finding out cofactors of elements like this. Okay. So here A11 it gives 10, A12 it gives 20, A13 it gives minus 12, A21 it gives minus 8. Okay. Further, we are getting that same elements. A22 by using that same procedure, A22 minus 38, A23 14, A31 minus 2, A32 7 and A33 minus 2. So by using these cofactors we are getting a matrix, that is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Now we are putting that values here. First element 10, 20, minus 12, minus 8, minus 38, 14, minus 2, 7, minus 2. Now adjoint of A is nothing but transpose of matrix of cofactors. Here we have matrix of cofactors. Now its transpose will be adjoint of A. So here first row as first column, second row as second column and third row as a third column. So adjoint of A will be 10 minus 8 minus 2, 20 minus 38, 7, minus 12, 14 and minus 2. Okay. So by using this we can find out inverse of any matrix. Okay, so here if we have matrix A with element 1 0 minus 1 3 4 5 0 minus 6 minus 7. So here we are finding out adjoint of this matrix by using earlier method. What are the cofactors of A1 B1 C1? If this matrix comparing with this matrix A1 B1 C1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3. So if you are comparing this, what are the elements? A11 is equal to 1, B1 is equal to 0 minus 1, that is equal to C1. Similarly A3 is equal to 0, B3 is equal to minus 6, C3 is equal to minus 7. So here by using this we can find out cofactors and determinant. How to get that determinant? 1 into minor of that 1 minus 0 into minor of that 0 and minus 1 into minor of that C3. Okay. So look at this. Here we have A inverse by using that matrices which we have compared. So A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A, which is equal to 1 upon 20 into matrix with cofactors. Okay, transpose of cofactors, that will be 2 6 4 21 minus 7 minus 8 minus 18 6 and 4. So here it is the A inverse. So by using that method you can find out the inverse of these following examples, as well as before finding out that inverse we have to find out adjoint of that matrix. Okay, so by using adjoint as well as determinant of that matrix you will get that A inverse. Thank you.